Gene Valentino's Grassroots podcast. He tells the truth. He tries to get information out there to make sure people make good, informed decisions.
With breaking news and political commentary from a public servant, serial entrepreneur, community leader, philanthropist, and American patriot, and a darn nice guy, it's time for the Grassroots Truthcast and your host, Gene Valentino.
Hi, friends, Gene Valentino, and welcome back to another episode of Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truthcast. You know, we bring folks on this show from all walks of life: political, social, economic, banking, industry, certain economic development issues at the local level versus a macro approach nationwide, worldwide. Today, I'm very honored to have with me Nanda Bhagi. Nanda Bhagi is an entrepreneur who comes from several walks of life himself, from India. Yeah, the thing we'll talk about, I hope, Nanda, before we're through, is this cricket enterprise, which got you down to Boca Raton, Florida. But there's so much more to talk about with Nanda. Thank you for joining me, Nanda.
Thank you, Gene. It's a great honor for me too, and pleasure to be with you. And we are a big follower and fan of your truth grassroots level. And it's a great opportunity for me to express our Indian American, and particularly I'm born in South India, Brahmin family, where, as you know, Democratic political candidate, presidential candidate, Kamala Harris belongs. So I come from the same region. So I would like to express my views on your channel. And again, these are my personal and experiences and personal views. None of my companies that I represent have anything to do with this,
Well, then we're going to have a longer discussion on that and how Nanda became a legal citizen here in the United States, something we ought to pay attention to right after this. Hi, friends. Gene Valentino from the Grassroots Truthcast. Mike Lindell's been with us on our shows for nearly 3 years now. Go to mypillow.com. promo code GeneV, or you can call it in. It's 1-800-589-4706. Mike's was a one-problem solution company with one product, the pillow. Today, it's hundreds of items in his website, mypillow.com. Now he's gotten to a point where the word's gotten out, and they're having a $25 extravaganza. You can get a 2-pack multi-use pillow set for just $25. You got the My Pillow sandals for just $25. You also have their 6-pack bathroom towels for just $25 a set, and the brand new 4-pack dish towels, just $25. So they have an extravaganza underway right now with many super prices. Good time to start surfing mypillow.com and look through their entire store line of items for holiday gift giving this fall and winter. Thanks for joining us on Grassroots Truthcast, and thank you, Mike Lindell and the MyPillow family, for being our sponsor on Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truthcast. Hi, friends. Welcome back to our first in a series of episodes we're going to have right now with a Mr. Nanda Bhagi of Indian descent, Eastern Indian descent, who prides himself on being a very loyal American. He's made his fortune both in India and in the United States. And we have so many aspects to talk about with you, Nanda. Where would you like to begin today? You want to talk about democracy and the constitutional republic here in our nation? What turns you on?
Yes, democracy, as we all love to be part of it, and always get goosebumps because the fundamental feature of a democracy is people. We the people control the decision making, and we elect the representatives, but those representatives are supposed to work for the betterment of our own people. So let's start with the democracy. I would love it.
We were a nation, it's a constitutional republic working within a democracy, a pure democracy, as you know, is one man, one vote, everybody voting on everything. Well, we elect representatives to help us so we can work during the day, and we're not voting on thousands of different things. We hire people, in effect. We vote for people to come in and work with us and for us in a constitutional republic. And these people hopefully represent our points of view. And that's how our governance has evolved over the years. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. Like the key features of any democracy, whether it is in our country or any other country, there are basic fundamental features which we call as a democracy. The number one is sovereignty, and the whole control rests within the people because they have the power. Some depending on the level, either every 2 years or every year or every 4 years or every 5 years, they have a chance to cast their vote to the leader that they can trust, who can represent their interest, represent their problems, and solve their problems. So the key features that any democracy must provide is a popular sovereignty, fair and clear elections which are fully integrated, and the rule of law and the protection of rights and freedoms, irrespective of religion, irrespective of caste, irrespective of economic disparity, and pluralism. Like we expect not one, not two, multiple opinions, depending on, because not every person has different views based on their background, based on their upbringing,
Yeah.
based on their current situation. No two people can think identical. As you know, the thumbprint or retina, there will be 8.8 billion. In our country we have 333 million people. None of the thumbprint or thought process or retina cannot match. It's impossible. So we need to have multiple opinions, and there should be enough checks and balances that the representatives are working towards their country legal citizens. So
What
according to
amazed
me,
me,
that
yeah, what amazed me most about you is you came from India, you worked hard, you strived hard to become an American citizen. You became an American citizen, and you have a passion for our democracy. I've seen your relationship with Donald Trump Jr., which you can talk about. But what I would like to ask you first is, why the passion? You say things and you speak to things with such a passion that I wish many Americans, Native Americans, felt. You speak as if you went through the high school years of training on social studies and politics of our nation. You know it so well. What is it you see are the weaknesses in our democracy? What is it about an immigrant like you that comes in here legally and takes such a passion to be part of our system?
Yes, thank you for that question. So the first thing is the upbringing and humble beginnings, where I was born in a family where we were taught God is first. Believe in God. Again, as a teenager, my mom tried for 18 years, but I never expected or never believed totally, to be honest, until I saw an incident, 9/11, being late to my work in World Trade Center. That's a day or when 2,997 people getting killed or burnt and dropped dead from the floor 55 and above. That's when I realized I could be there. If I was on time to my work bench, I would be either 19th floor or 76th floor, depending on the meetings, because I used to work for this company called Empire Blue Cross Blue Shield. So the God first, and then family next, and always country always. Keep the country at the best way you can contribute at any level. So these values basically install this country, because we are democratic in India, the biggest democracy in the world, and US has been the first democracy since 256 plus years. So the point is, the fundamental challenge, me as an immigrant, there are two parties here, Democratic Party and Republican Party. We are actually, even today, 90 or even 90+% of the people who support Democratic Party, they assume democracy and Democratic Party are same. That's a fundamental problem issue I see in this country, because me as a legal citizen, the first 15 or 16 years, I never got into the policy level thinking or discussions. The first 15 years, I am a blind supporter of a Democratic Party for one and only reason, because democracy and Democratic Party sounds almost 99.99 or even
Yeah.
100% same.
Yeah, today, if you want to look at a real democracy, you ought to look at the Republican Party that's trying to live within the rules. You are correct. The Democrat Party and a democracy, as as could be currently defined, are worlds apart. But you also came to the United States and as a business entrepreneur. Explain real quickly some of your background. You've brought billions of dollars to the marketplace. You've capitalized billions of dollars. You've got patents. You've done things from an engineering point of view. Explain some of that, because why didn't you do that in India and why did you do it here?
Yeah. So in India, I started my undergrad in chemical engineering from Osmania College of Technology. And then after that, I went to Sydney, Australia to pursue my IT graduation. So, especially when I was in India, my childhood dream was always be a professional cricketer representing my state, my zone, and country. And I could represent as high as Indian universities. But the reason I could not do there is, even though I got my first job under sports category, a reputed Indian company called Bharat Dynamics Limited as a chemical engineer, but my main role was, 5 out of 7 days I'm on playing cricket and representing my company. So there, the enough not enough opportunities. And when I pursued my degree, I got the work permit to enter into this country. So the minimum requirement to enter into this country in a legal status, it takes 22 years of education. And then I could do it here because I joined this company called EY, Ernst and Young, and it got merged into Capgemini. So I was there almost 13 years. So in that 13 years, I'm interacting with Fortune 500 clients at various levels. I started as a programmer, developer, and architect, and I led teams. I delivered various technology services and solutions for these Fortune 500 clients. During that time, I had many opportunities to look at other entrepreneurs who are patented something or did some product or provided some service and exponentially grown. So similarly, I had a live incident on a drunk driving where one of our colleagues got into an accident, and we ended up into a 6 to 9 month legal process. So when we went through that 9 months, I could come up with a solution which can fix that problem and make it a better business proposition for all the stakeholders involved. So those kind of opportunities never available during my time in India, but here it provided me the complete 360 support ecosystem. And eventually we did a pilot here. It was successful, and the road accidents were down by almost 55% here. And then the Indian IT minister from my home state, he requested me to do the same program in our home city, Hyderabad. And then eventually, after 3 4 years of testing here, we did that in Hyderabad, and zero drunk driving. And it also reduced almost 60% of road accidents in our home city. And the way we did was training these 600 plus bar managers and servers on how to serve alcohol responsibly. There is a 6 hour training program. Everybody can do it. And again, we implemented that, and I'm proud to say I personally gave at least more than 2,000 rides in Philadelphia and Delaware to my friends and customers. So the thing is, again, the opportunity, that when there is a challenge, I see an opportunity, and I could do something that I'm very passionate about here.
We're talking with Nanda Bhagi, who's nothing short of an entrepreneur. He's been on several advisory boards and helped with establishing policies in U.S. policies on U.S. companies, and helped out many political candidates. He's helped them with their strengths, their weaknesses. He's been part of a unicorn startup. He's been in EV. He mentioned crypto, gold mining, AI, IoT, and biotech companies. So many things that Nanda has taken advantage of because our nation has nothing short of opportunity for someone who wants to work. If you want to sit home on the couch and eat your candies and watch the TV all day, we've got to get away from worrying about those folks. We got to get away back to the position where we're helping. If we're going to put money out there, we got to put money out there with businesses that are going to be incentivized to help get you off the couch and get you back to work, to be productive and contribute to this society. Yeah, the Kamala Harris folks that are running right now are looking to raise your taxes. That's because there's fewer workers. We need more workers paying fewer taxes. And that's where the Trump administration's going, something Nanda and I believe in wholeheartedly. Nanda, we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to come back to another segment. We're going to continue, folks, with Nanda in 6 to 10 minute segments on various topics. So be back with us in a few.
Thanks for joining us for Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truthcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, and God bless America.